Okay, fellow Earthlings. All right, getting back to the Ewaste autopsies. All right, so this one here is a Sunbeam Cafe series. It looks like something a bit more sturdy than the average domestic appliance. Okay, it is, oh, here we go, model JE8500. Yeah, let's pull this one apart and see what's in it. See whether it's worth you guys pulling apart. All right. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, so I'm pretty impressed with the way it was actually put together. It was very well made. There's quite a bit that's come out of here already. Most of it's just Phillips head screwdriver. Then you've got the main coil, the main motor in there. Then there was these clips here that actually went onto some sort of canister or some sort of container up the top there. These were held in by pins, spring activated pins, so very, very similar to if you've ever taken a watch band off. Yeah, to those younger people, we used to wear watches in our wrist and all they did was tell the time. That was it. That was all they did. Just one thing. Simpler times. Okay, so the body is cast aluminium and very quite thick. Okay, so this was a Phillips head. That was a Phillips head screw, and it was covered by a little bit of plastic. So you needed to dig that one out, and yeah, and now I've got a little bit more to go. But so far, I'm very impressed with the cast aluminium body. There's going to be a little bit of weight to that. I'll weigh that up shortly, and I've also got to try and work out whether or not it's aluminium or copper wiring here as well. All right, get back to you in a moment. So removing the motor was a little bit tricky. Haven't got it out just yet, but basically there was little plastic caps covering everything, and just use one of these little tiny little prying tools. You can pick them up at the $2 shop, about $4 or $5 for a set at 4 now. Or get them on eBay or even Temu. Then, yeah, just there was the main one was the 3 retaining bolts, the 3 main bolts for the actual motor. Yeah, I've chewed one of them out. It's only a Phillips head, and I've chewed it out. So I'm gonna muck around with that, see how I go. There are grommets in there, and plus the screws look like that, so they may have some sort of thread lock on them as well, so they don't vibrate loose. Yeah, all in all, I'm impressed with the quality, and yeah, well, hopefully in a minute we'll be able to weigh it all up and I'll see how we go. All right, now to wrap this one up. Okay, so we came out with 2 bearings off the motor. One's a 6000 or 6000, the other one's a 608, the common skateboard size. There's a couple of locking pins from the top, and instead of being like a little bit of bubble tin, you know, like steel sheet, they're actually solid stainless steel. So as I said, this is quite an upmarket model, and yeah, no, quite impressed with the engineering and went into this one. Just a brass washer off the motor. The motor itself was a permanent magnet motor, which meant that yeah, basically the outer, where you'd have coils, that's actually just a magnet, which in itself is, you know, a bit convenient. You can do stuff with that, but not the copper that I was hoping for. There's a little bit of copper in here, although it's a pain to get to that, and I might cash all these in just as what you call coppery iron or motor. I'm not sure 100%. Just check with your scrapyard if you want to get prices on that. Now also the screw that I couldn't get undone, I went the percussion option, which was as you can see, it didn't survive. The aluminium bracket that was actually around the front of the motor. So with the clips, they're also aluminium, all cast aluminium. So all of the miscellaneous, including that front badge, that came up to a little bit over 1/4 kilo, so about 260 grams. So that's not a bad amount, but then when you add in the actual shell, that was a smidgen over 3 kilograms. All right, so what's that, about £7 for your US guys? So that at $2 a kilo on a good day here in Australia, that's $6 scrap just for the housing. So that's not bad. That's actually, the aluminium here is worth more than the copper, which is not always the case. There's usually, you know, a small amount of copper will usually do the medium amount of aluminium, but in this case, quite a bit of aluminium. So yeah, definitely, I believe, worth pulling apart. And this little badge here, I'm probably going to add that to my collection of badges. I'm probably not going to scrap that. That looks too good. That might end up, and it might even end up on one of my mate's sculptures. You never know yet. All right. Well, there you go. Signing off. Yeah, a little bit different. Aluminium. All right. Okay, guys. Talk to you next time. I did forget one thing, and that is that the last 3 days I've been hammering away at getting cans and bottles into the container deposit scheme. I've gotten close to $200 in the last 3 days, so it's definitely worth considering doing. Definitely keep the containers uncrushed. They are taking the crushed ones for about the first month or so. Then after that, it's going to get harder and harder to get crushed cans across the line. You probably might end up getting weight for them instead of the deposit. So yeah, by all means, get your cans in there. Get cans, bottles, anything except plain milk, wine bottles, and spirit bottles. So everything down from, I believe, the Yakult bottles, the little probiotic bottles, right up until the 3-litre soft drink bottles. No cordial bottles, apparently, so they're not a thing. So, but yeah, pretty much everything else is, including flavoured milk. So your cardboard, like the up and goes, apparently they work quite well. Tetra blocks of, say, apple juice and things like that, apparently they work really well. Although you might need to take, where the straw is, that little bit of plastic sleeve, you might need to, if that's across the barcode, you'll need to take that off. All right, guys, hope that was helpful. Talk soon.